it is indicated that there is going to be established a Royal Academy of Chiefs and Traditional Authorities, where they will be given the opportunity to have decision-making in the local governance system of the Assembly. And Mr. Speaker, that is going to enhance the work of the district assemblies. Mr. Speaker, another area of interest is that in the budget, the government has promised, as has been said already, to pay our honorable assembly members some allowances, which in effect, Mr. Speaker, will enhance their performance and improve upon the performance and the delivery of the district assemblies.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Conclude for me.
To conclude, the previous government initiated to complete some markets, to construct and complete some markets. Mr. Speaker, some of the markets is the Kumasi KJTF Phase 2 project. As we speak now, the markets have been abandoned. Mr. Speaker, they went ahead to promise building markets in Koforidua, Takoradi, Tamale, Nkuranza, Asokore Mampong, and all these markets have come to a standstill and have been neglected.
Thank you so much.
I thank you for the opportunity for contributing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, let's now turn to Manson Kwanta, Honorable Treneboa Kodria Fukuyo. Honorable, before you speak on behalf of the House, we wish you to be strong as you lost your mother and you buried your mother over the weekend. So,
thank you.
So you have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate this opportunity so much. Mr. Speaker, I would like to talk about a few of the items described as growth enhancers in the budget statement. These growth enhancers are key because if the budget will achieve the meager GDP growth rates or otherwise will be dependent on these. These programs were listed under the 24-hour economy, like the Big Push, the establishment of the Women Development Bank, the promotion of modernized agriculture, Jumera, and others. Mr. Speaker, just scratching on the surface of these growth enhancers gives an indication that a little tweak and this budget will be off track in meeting its growth target. A key program, Mr. Speaker, that looks shaky under the growth enhancers, Mr. Speaker, is the Women's Development Bank. Mr. Speaker, this program has been much talked about. It's been touted as a program that is going to support the women of this country. But, Mr. Speaker, unfortunately, if you look at what has been allocated to this program, then it gives much to be desired. This program was allocated at an amount of 51.2 million Ghana cedis. And one would wonder what sort of financial institution 51.2 million Ghana cedis would form. Probably it will just form one office and there will be nothing to lend to support the women to even do SME business. So, Mr. Speaker, this is of worry to many Ghanaians, and the women have started complaining. Yes, the women have already started complaining because 51.2 million Ghana cedis cannot run a proper financial institution to support the women of this country. But, Mr. Speaker, one item which is even of a bigger problem is the timing of this program. Mr. Speaker, last year, under the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and under the SDG 5, Sustainable Development Goal 5, that requires financial inclusion of everyone, including women, to ensure women have access to financing, they have access to banking products. The Bank of Ghana issued a directive last year, and that directive required all commercial banks, all the 23 of them, to ensure that each of their branch has a desk dedicated to women. And this is to take effect just next quarter. So right from April going, this is supposed to take effect. This is the directive that was issued under the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo by the central bank. So, Mr. Speaker, under this, there should be a dedicated desk, whichever branch that you enter. And we are talking about 23 commercial banks. If you put their branches together, we are talking about 1,221 branches. So the women of this country should take note that this is a package that was being prepared for them. And we expect this government to push this package for it to work. If you have 1,221 branches, the synergy of this across the country is enormous. So, Mr. Speaker, one would ask, should the current government support this directive to have this quantum of capital across 23 banks, to have a network of over 1,000 branches, specifically having desks to provide products and services to women, or it will form Bank Kete with 51 million Ghana cedis. So, Mr. Speaker, this is a big question that is being asked wherever you go. Will the government be bold enough, or it will say that this directive came under the NPP government, so it should be put under the carpet? I believe the majority of Ghanaians, the women of Ghana, will be happy, will be better off if they fell under this colossal amount of money from 23 banks, if they had access to 1,221 branches across the country, where wherever you enter, there's a desk dedicated to women. I believe the women of this country will be better off and they will be happy. So I recommend, Mr. Speaker, that this is promoted, that this is supported by the current government. I tell you, just one bank, GCB, has over 180 branches. So why would you not support this? Have women's desks at each of these branches, but set up just 1 or 2 branches with the 51 million Ghana cedis. Are we interested in this? I urge the government to rethink this, because this will not lead us anywhere. A 51 million Ghana cedis for Women's Development Bank will not lead us anywhere. Mr. Speaker, another growth indicator that was indicated in the budget, which is also shaky, Mr. Speaker, is the promotion of modernized agriculture as enshrined in the budget. Mr. Speaker, as we know, agriculture is the heartbeat of this country. And if we want to modernize it, especially to let the youth have appetite for it, then we have to mean it. We can't just say it and just treat it anyhow. So, Mr. Speaker, if you look at agric, the heartbeat of this country, and the fact that we allocated just 1.5 billion cedis to this sector out of the 279 billion budget, just 1.5 billion cedis, culminating to 0.54% to agric, then one will ask, really, did we mean what we put there, that we were making agric the heartbeat of this country? We are going to modernize agric to attract the youth of this country to come to agriculture. If you look at the budget that was done by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government, Mr. Speaker, in 2024, the government allocated 5 billion Ghana cedis to agriculture, 5 billion Ghana cedis, culminating 2.2% of GDP, 2.2%. of the budget that was made at that point in time. 5 billion Ghana cedis. And in 2023, we had 1.8% of the budget allocated to agriculture. So, Mr. Speaker, you look at where the priorities of these two governments lie when it comes to agriculture. 5 billion Ghana cedis versus 1.5 billion Ghana cedis. I believe the difference is clear as to the two governments who is serious about agriculture.
Honourable
Member, what he says.
You must be winding up.
Mr. Speaker, I have 10 minutes because I'm deputy ranking.
That's why I gave you 10 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, so agri, we have to choose between the two governments who is serious about agri. 1.5 billion cedis versus 5 billion Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, there is an issue that I want to lay to rest here. And this issue, Mr. Speaker, is about the yield curve of this country. The yield curve. If you listen to the budget that was read, Mr. Speaker, the minister touted himself about the fact that money market rates have been coming down. Money market rates have been coming down. The government that has been in place for less than 3 months, you are touting yourself that money market rates have been coming down. What has changed structurally about the economy within this period for you to tout yourself that money market rates have come down?
Thank you.
So, Mr. Speaker, I think, in my view, that the rates that we are seeing coming down are artificial, they've been manipulated, and they are not for real.
Thank you.
And, Mr. Speaker, I thank you, but I want to say that the yield curve is happening not because anything special has been done, it is being manipulated.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Honorable members, let's now give the floor to the oldest and longest serving member of the House. Honorable member, you are chairman of the committee and the longest serving. We have no choice than to give you 15 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity to make a few remarks on the statement made by the Minister of Finance on the budget. Mr. Speaker, I want to dwell on one sector of the economy, and that is the water sector in Ghana. I've chosen to dwell on the water sector because water is life. And that if we have water anytime, it reduces stress in homes and in the country. But Mr. Speaker, at paragraph 596 of the budget statement, at page 100, it is said that in 2023, the total urban water production, which was 72.8 billion gallons of water a day, moved to 76.12 billion gallons of water a day in 2024. I am surprised with this abysmal move. Mr. Speaker, in 2016, when the NDC left office, we have moved the supply of urban water from 56% to 72%. And in 2023, it remained 72.8%. What it means is that not even a gallon of water was added up until 2023. It moved to 76.12 in 2012 because of the water project that was constructed in Navrongo to serve that enclave, Navrongo and Bolgatanga. What it also means, in other words, is that in the whole 8-year period of the MPP government under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, only one urban water project was constructed. I've indicated, Mr. Speaker, that we took it from 56% and moved it to 76%. And I want to tell my colleagues on the other side how we did it. Mr. Speaker, in Accra, that is the biggest consumption area of urban water. And we inherited the wager supply system, which produces 57 million gallons of water a day. Accra enjoys water from the wager treatment plant, and it produces 57 million gallons of water a day. In Pong, we're generating 40 million gallons of water a day. That's what we inherited. But, Mr. Speaker, for wager, we couldn't add. But in Pong, we added a lot. We brought in the Accra Rural, the Atma project, which added 12 million gallons of water a day. We also rehabilitated the intake at Pong, which added 3.3 million gallons of water a day. And the mega project was the China Gazuba, which we commissioned in 2016. That brought on board 40 million gallons of water a day. So for Greater Accra alone, we added 40 million plus 12 plus 3.3. For Greater Accra alone. Mr. Speaker, we didn't stop there. We moved on to Nsawam, another press constituency. The water project that was supplying water for the people of Aduajiri and Nsawam was constructed during the days of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. It broke down. Nobody attended to it. But the NDC, very kind-hearted government. We fixed that water treatment plant. We constructed a brand new treatment plant that provided 1.6 million gallons of water a day to serve the people of Nsawam. Until that new project was done, Honorable Member of Nsawam, Honorable Adodompe, who served in the MPP government as the government chief whip, could not do thing. Could not do anything. I'm not talking about Osunan Ketenkete. Mr. Speaker, also in the eastern region, we did Winneba. What? Central region. Central region. No, let me keep on in eastern. Eastern, beyond Nsawam, we did a 5-town water project. That is Osinase, Apeda, Nkwabin. We constructed brand new water treatment systems. Oh, wow. That's right. You know something, Mr. Speaker? in Chebi, in the hometown of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. There was no water. Their water system had broken down. That water system was also constructed during the days of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. It broke down. Nana Akufo-Addo got the opportunity to serve in government as Minister of Foreign Affairs and also as the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Could not fix, for 8 years, did not fix a water system in his hometown. But NDC, we fixed that water system. We brought in a water system in Chebi that could treat water of any level of turbidity. Because we brought in that system because of the nature of water in the Biremu River. Polluted.
Today.
So now today, when Nana is going to Chebi, he doesn't go as he used to. In the past when he was broken, Nana was carrying yellow gallons of water from Accra.
Honorable members. Honorable members, as it stands now, he is the available leader. So,
Mr. Speaker.
Oh, I'm giving you the Honorable Collins. Please, you resume your sitting.
Mr. Speaker, this is a house of records. Oh, this is a house of records. I think everybody's enjoying the history being given by our uncle. But I'm pleading with my uncle, no, to be factual. I'm pleading with my uncle to be factual. It is never true that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the former president, traveled to his constituency with gallons. That's not true. It is not true. It is not true. Mr. Speaker, this is a house of records. And no. And I am pleading with my uncle to retract that statement. Please, Mr. Speaker. It is not true. It's never true.
Very well. Honorable Collins Dada, I think your delivery is being received by both sides. So please, that portion of the former president holding yellow, withdraw that one from me.
Mr. Speaker, I'll be the last person to defy your orders. I'll be the last person to defy your orders. Accordingly, I withdraw. I only need to add, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, the directives was to withdraw, please. Let's move on.
Mr. Speaker, I'll move from.
Yes,
Mr.
Honorable,
Speaker,
be guided. Yes,
Speaker,
let's listen to you.
I'll move from Chebi to Achemda, where Osafo comes from, and end in Winneba, where Osahene comes from. The water system in water system in Achemda was also constructed in 1966. Broke down. Nobody attended to it. NDC, water suppliers. We fixed a brand new water system for the people of Achemda. Also did for Akwatia. And made a water system for the minority leader. So today, when minority leader goes to Winneba, he has no issues with water. He has no issues on account of the works of NDC. Mr. Speaker, in Kumasi, in the Ashanti region. We did Konongo. Yes. We did Kumau. Yes. We did Mampong. Yes. In the case of Mampong. Yes. In the case of Mampong. Mr. Speaker. Sit down. In the case of Mampong, Mr. Speaker, the source of raw water was from a river called Chiremfa. When the system broke down, the people, the residents of Mampong, were drawing water from River Chiremfa. We fixed that water system for them.
Honorable Collins, just hold on. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, point of information. Mr. Speaker, I think what my respectable, he's our uncle, we respect him very well. Let's put politics aside. Mampong. What he said was factually inaccurate. Because, no, I'm coming. No, it's not correct. It was under His Excellency, former President Kufuor. Let me give you a background. Central region, Adanta, Mampong, and all those places. In fact, Central region, those who went to Wesley Girls. No, let me finish. No. Let me finish. No. But you don't understand. You won't let me talk.
Honorable Dr. Stevramwa.
No, I want to sit down. This point of view, I want to sit down.
Honorable Dr. Stevramwa.
Those who went to Wesley Girls.
Honorable Dr. Stevramwa.
St. Augustine's.
Honorable Dr. Stevramwa.
Even 3 months in school. But there was no water in Central.
Honorable Dr. Stevramwa.
It took Kufuor's leadership, MPP's fraternity.
Honorable Dr. Stevramwa.
So what my honorable uncle is saying,
will you listen to me?
It's palpable false. It's concocted. It's never. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, when Honorable Habib was here and the majority leader was here, Honorable, will you listen to me, please? Honorable Habib was here. Honorable majority leader was here. I pleaded with the leaders that as much as I will not turn them down when they get up. If somebody is speaking and they think that the information they are turning up is not correct, what they could do is probably to give it to somebody who is next on the line to speak, so that you address that particular issue, so that we can let this debate flow. Honorable members, I pleaded with the leaders and I presumed they heeded to that request I made to them. So please, I want us to follow. If Honorable Collins Dada is making any information you think is wrong, from Collins Dada we are coming to this side, then the person can address that particular issue. Please, let's allow the debate to flow. I beg of you. Yes, Honorable Collins Dada, continue.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Mampong Water Supply Project was funded by the U.S. Exim Bank.
Yes. Tell them.
And it was for 23.1 million United States dollars. We started in 2014 and completed the project in 2015 and commissioned. Mr. Speaker, I went with President John Dramani Mahama to Mampong to commission the Mampong project. Mr. Speaker, I will end up with the Barakese project. There was persistent water shortage in KNUST. and also Kwamfanochi Teaching Hospital.
Yes.
There was pressure on the NDC government then. Yes. So we constructed a 6 million gallons of water treatment plant in Barakese.
Yeah.
Provided a dedicated transmission line from Barakese to serve KNUST.
Wow.
Another dedicated line to serve Kwamfanochi Teaching Hospital.
Wow.
And ever since, Mr. Speaker, we have never heard of any water shortage in Kwamfanochi and KNUST.
Yeah. Tell them.
Mr. Speaker,
We want to know the truth.
the MPP has proven to Ghanaians that in terms of water, they are zero.
Nana the why? Nana the why?
I have a lot of. Mr. Speaker, they have proven to this country that in terms of water supply,
Zero.
they are zero.
Yeah.
And it is the reason. It is the
But
reason.
Honorable, I can interject. But when you started, you said MPP
The zero is an
has just added 4%. Did I hear you say that? So if it is that, how do you reconcile with your nothing?
0.1.
Mr. Speaker, the what I said was an expression that has a meaning.
Yes.
It means that their performance is very abysmally low.
0.1.
But there is hope.
But you have to conclude.
Mr. Speaker, but there is hope
Yes.
for Ghanaians.
Yes.
At paragraph 598, page 100.
Yes.
The last sentence. All these projects, it lists out a number of projects that are uncompleted. And that last sentence says, that is a sentence of hope.
Yes.
It says that all these projects will be continued in 2025. The lesson I draw from this is that we are not going to abandon projects
Like the NPP did.
started by the MPP like they did. It also shows that the NDC tradition is different from the MPP tradition.
Thank you.
On this note, Mr. Speaker,
Thank you.
I'm grateful.
Yes, let me now turn to Honorable. Come again.
Leader, respectfully, our colleague wants to make some intervention with regards.
No,
please.
No.
Please.
Available leader.
No.
Available leader. Whatever. No, I haven't called you. Whatever intervention, if so he has it debated, so he will get his time. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, if you want somebody to come in a form of a rebuttal, does it mean you are going to increase that person's time for a debate?
We need to
add some more time to the person's slot.
No, that's not the tradition.
So how would the person make the rebuttal? Mr.
Honorable available leader, that is the way you leadership gave me. If the person is a leader, is a ranking, is a minister, his time is 15 minutes. If the person is a deputy chairman or deputy ranking, his time or her time is 10 minutes. Any other person, 5 minutes. So if you have any information or any rebuttal, it should be within that time allotted. So,
Mr.
Honorable
Speaker,
Patrick, I think that's what we've been doing throughout.
No, Mr. Speaker, may I refer you to Order 122? And this is a debate, properly so called. But you rule that.
Order 122.
Yes. It's a statement that was made by the Minister of Finance.
Yes.
There are provisions under the rules for interruptions during debate.
Yes.
And also rules properly defined for points of information.
Yes.
So if this is a house of record,
yes,
and some misleading information is being put out,
yes,
and you say that, oh, the person seated 4 rows behind me,
yes,
must prepare to rebut,
yes,
without giving the person ample time to even add to what the person is going to say, then I don't know what debate we are having on the floor.
Well, notwithstanding standing orders 122, I think the rules gathering this commentary or debate were turned up by your own people. I mean the leadership. So the entire leadership of both majority and minority. So whatever I am sitting here to do is to carry out the directives you have given me. So I'm not doing anything different. I'm not doing anything by my own. I'm doing what you have directed me to do. So, Honorable Patrick Boam, as much as I appreciate where you are coming from, I think that's what we've been doing so far, and I will plead with you to allow us to move on.
Mr. Speaker, it doesn't make the debate or comments interesting. It doesn't. Because my good friend Dafiya Boko is on his feet. You will say something that is misleading. Yeah. By the rules, you are not supposed to participate in a debate. Even though you said, oh, now you interject, because you realize that some facts were not accurate. You see where you sit.
So the point is, some facts are not accurate. So the next person will be given the opportunity to address that inaccuracies. That is how other than that, Patrick, we cannot move on, because everybody will obviously have something against whoever.
Speaker, thank you very much. Speaker, you gave the available leader before my brother Yabuama the opportunity to interrupt the debate in pursuance of Order 1221C. And he came in strongly and provided some information in respect of the matters relating to the provision of potable water in the Mampong area, and even added more. That was when you attempted to check him that the point of information was in respect of correcting whatever misinformation he thought was given in respect of the Mampong water provision. Now, they are back. The Honorable Collins Adumanko is back on his feet, praying you that the member for Techiman South, I believe, has some information to give. And Mr. Speaker, that is not provided for by our rules. Order 122 is very specific. It's about interruption of debate. When the debate is ended, there's no place for you to make any more intervention, because the debate, the time provided for the debate is gone. So it cannot come under 122. That is why you were providing a clue that leadership is assisting you to guide the debate. And the general agreement is that you can offload concerns to the next debater to speak to as part of his general comments. So if they will listen to you, the next debater who will come from their side can articulate and amplify the matters that they feel strongly about. Mr. Speaker, they should take a clue so we can make progress. I thank you for the opportunity.
Honorable members, I think we should.
Mr. Speaker, so how would Honorable Martin J. Mensah Kosa be able to rebut and place on record that the Upper East Water Supply Project, funded by the African Development Bank, the sum of $40 million from Navrongo to Bolga to all those communities. For my, he's run away, Collins Dowda to be on his feet to say that we did zero. It's okay.
So, Honorable Member, I think we are speaking on the same way. Honorable Martin will be given the opportunity at the time that will be allotted to him to speak. I know there's a ranking, he will have 15 minutes. So you should arrange his thought in such a way that he will address that issue.
No, but
I don't think there's any...
he's not debating today.
Whether he will speak today or tomorrow, he will get the opportunity to speak. Because I've observed today when Honorable Isaac Opoku was speaking, in a way he was addressing some of the issues Honorable Eric Opoku raised the other time. He was addressing it. Because we cannot say Eric Opoku is speaking and Honorable Isaac Opoku, who also happens to know a lot in the cocoa industry, will be...
The Reverend is here. It's not like our members.
Well.
Our members.
Well. Honorable Emmet, it's now the turn of Honorable Reverend Intim Fodjo. He is a ranking, and therefore he has 15 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I rise to comment on the budget statement and economic policy ending the year ending 2025, and to state at the outset that the attainment of the macroeconomic targets set out in this budget shall be meaningless if we do not have a stable economy, if we do not have priority to public safety sector, if we do not have internal peace, security, and stability of our economy. Mr. Speaker, at the time when the global community faces threats of terrorism, threats of cybersecurity attacks, and significant security threats, where many economies in every country is prioritizing funding to their public safety sector, ensuring that priority funding is given to defense ministries, given to interior ministries and national security apparatus. As set out in this budget, President Mahama and Finance Minister Atufolsen have clearly demonstrated that they have rather chosen to prioritize funding to the Office of Government Machinery to funding to the critical sectors of defense and interior. Mr. Speaker, what shall it profit President Mahama if he allocates billions of cedis to the Office of Government Machinery to the detriment of Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Interior, and critical national security apparatus? Mr. Speaker, this is the time that this country should be investing in building more forward operating bases. This is the time this country should be investing more in buying state-of-the-art fire tender for the fire service. This is the time that this country should be investing into retooling our fire service sector. This is the time that we should be allocating sufficient budgetary allocation to the prison sector to ensure that we reform and retool our prison sector, improve the dignity of our correctional facilities. This is the time that we have to ensure that more than ever before, we sustain investment into our defense sector. This is the time that the budgetary allocation to the defense ministry should be increased. But what do we see? Rather, we see increase in allocation to the Office of Government Machinery from 327 million in 2024 to 2.7 billion. Mr. Speaker, we have seen changes occurring at various security agencies. And for once, NDC and President Mahama have kept their promise. They promised during their campaign, championed by Sami Jamfi, their communication officer, that when they won power, they will sweep out, politically motivated, they will sweep out all heads of security agencies. And true to their words, for once, they have kept their promise. They have swept out the chief fire officer. The Director General of Prison Service has been cleared. The IGP has been cleared. Controller General of Immigration has been cleared. The Chief of Defense Staff has been cleared. Chief of Army Staff has been cleared. Chief of Naval Staff has been cleared. Chief of Air Staff has been cleared. Chief of Staff in the Ghana Armed Forces has been cleared. Mr. Speaker, they have kept to their promise. They said that they will have political cleansing at the leadership of our security agencies. A rather dangerous precedent. A rather dangerous precedent that has been set. That has never been done in any democratic dispensation. There has never been any elected president in our Fourth Republic who has come to sweep out the top brass of 15 generals, senior-most generals within the rank of 2-star generals, major general equivalent, and above in the Ghana Armed Forces. Well, Mr. Speaker, you can clear all the heads of security agencies and appoint new ones. But if you fail to allocate to them commensurate budgetary funding, they cannot undertake any transformation. They cannot be able to build a resilient security system befitting of the status of this country. Mr. Speaker, the past medium term has seen significant investment into our public safety sector. For instance, in the Ghana Armed Forces alone, owing to colossal investment put in there, we saw an expansion drive, an upgrade of key units and corps, the Armored Corps, the Artillery Corps, the 48 Engineers Corps, and the Signals Corps have all been upgraded to full brigade status, Mr. Speaker, because of the heavy investment, the transformation and modernization of our armed forces. We have been able to attain the status of 4-star in the leadership and the command of Ghana's armed forces, and now the Chief of Defense Staff has attained 4-star general status, a rare feat that few African countries have attained. At a time when the military was moving forward, that is the time that President Mahama has come to reset. Mr. Speaker, he has come to sweep away 15 senior major generals, lieutenant generals, and equivalent 2-star, 3-star, and 4-star general, and appointed a 1-star brigadier general as the Chief of Defense Staff. Mr. Speaker, it has serious financial implication. Serious financial implication. And I do not see anywhere in this budget where allocation has been made to contain the financial losses and the financial ramifications of the rather egoistic and politically motivated decision taking. Mr. Speaker, when you have prematurely retired generals, 15 generals, many of whom have up to 4 to 6 years to serve before their retirement, you will have to pay them severance. You will have to compulsorily pay them severance. Mr. Speaker, they should show me where in the budget allocation has been made, running into millions of cedis that will be coughed up to pay severance for the prematurely terminated generals. Mr. Speaker, again, all the heavy investment put into training them, into obtaining these generals, obtaining critical skills and competencies, and they had about 4 to 6 years more to serve this country with. We have terminated and sacrificed all these. It is financial loss to the state. Now, Mr. Speaker, my initial estimation and regression analysis I have run indicates that the financial implication associated with this decision alone, if we had given same to the Ghana Armed Forces to build housing units, they could have built 200 housing units for the men and women in uniform. Mr. Speaker, today, when you visit our prisons, they need help. You visit our fire service stations, they need help. You visit our immigration facilities, they need help. You visit the headquarters of the Ghana Police Service, they need help. Now, at the time when we're supposed to be allocating, pushing priority allocation to these critical sectors to ensure the public safety of our citizens, consistent with the investment we have put in the medium term, which investment translated into Ghana consistently in 2023, 2024, and even 2025, as per Global Peace Index and Altiza organization and many notable organizations, having ranked Ghana as the second most peaceful country in Africa in terms of crime rates, and even globally, having ranked Ghana more favorably ahead of Australia and Canada. This is the time that we are seeing the least of allocation to these sectors in the past 3 years. Mr. Speaker, This is the time that we want to see state-of-the-art equipment purchased for our Ghana National Fire Service to promptly respond to incidents of fire outbreaks and contain same. This is the time we're hoping to see that there's going to be procurement of rapid intervention vehicles. This is the time we're hoping to see that we're going to have procurement of state-of-the-art quantum fire tender. But they have decided to prioritize funding to the Office of Government Machinery. The Office of Government, 2.7 billion. Even government communications alone got an allocation far more in excess of what is to go to some of these critical security agencies. Mr. Speaker, where lies the priority of Mr. Mahama? Where lies the priority of Mr. Atuforsen? Where lies the priority of NDC? We live in this country. You must ensure the safety of your home before you buy the most expensive tie rim for your Land Cruiser. You must ensure that you secure the presence of your home for your wife and children and your spouse before you buy the most expensive tie rim for your Land Cruiser. Clearly, that's misalignment of priority, Mr. Speaker. But having said this, I heard my respected colleagues, Honorable Collins Dauda and Honorable Harun Idrisu, trying to create the impression that the erstwhile government, the Kufuor-led government, abandoned projects they inherited from their previous government. Mr. Speaker, it is factually inaccurate. In the education sector alone, this government has many projects that we inherited in the education sector alone. Between 2017, just 2017 and 2023, we completed 1,001 old projects that were left by previous administrations, including E-blocks, Mr. Speaker. E-blocks, NDC, who started it in their 8 years, could complete only 24. We came and completed 31. We came and completed 31. Now they have the opportunity. Whatever else that is left, let them timeously complete it. And let them be minded that any other project at various stages of completion, no excuse, they must allocate funding to it and complete it. Agenda 111, Mr. Speaker, is an ongoing project they have inherited. Let them, in their own principle, demonstrate priority. There is nowhere in this budget that allocation can be pointed to, that they are indeed going to complete any of the existing projects that they have come to inherit in respect of Agenda 111. Mr. Speaker, we are submitting to the NDC that in the mid-year budget that is coming, this House is expecting to see realignment of budgetary allocations and prioritizing public safety sector and not government machinery. We want to see President Mahama, we want to see Finance Minister Atuforsen. We want to see them ensuring that this country continues to be safe for everybody who lives in it.
Honorable Member, wind up.
This country continues to maintain the enviable status that we have attained. Mr. Speaker, today you visit our barracks, morale is down because of egoistic, because of politically motivated decision to sweep the commands, as if President Mahama came into office by way of coup d'etat. Even Mali, even Burkina Faso, even Niger, you will not see this kind of politically motivated political cleansing of all army generals, senior by Major General 2-star and above.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, what shall it profit President Mahama and Atuforsen when they prioritize great loot and share over public safety? I thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable leadership, once again I plead with you. It's true you might have observed certain inaccuracies. Allow the next speaker to address it, please, so that we can flow and finish early enough. So let me come to Honorable Minister for Local Government. Honorable, you have 15 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I rise to speak in support of the motion to make few comments on the budget statement presented by the Honorable Minister for Finance. In doing so, Mr. Speaker, as a long-standing member of this House who have been here since 2009, I have copies of the previous budget statement presented in this House. And this is the last budget statement of His Excellency the President, John Agyekum Kufuor, with his economic growth and where he took Ghana to, and how the rating agencies rated Ghana. The Ghana that was given to him and the Ghana that he left. Mr. Speaker, I have the 2012 budget of the Ghana that was given to President Mahama. And I have the 2020 budget and the 2016 budget of the Ghana that was given to His Excellency the President, the former President Akufo-Addo. Mr. Speaker, clearly, Ghanaians did not make mistake at all. They did not make mistake at all. Mr. Speaker, when Ghana was handed over by President Kufuor to President Mills, Ghana was accepted by the international community. And we had access to take international loans, concessional loans, and bilateral loans. Mr. Speaker, inflation was manageable. And Mr. Speaker, from President Rawlings to President Kufuor to President Mills to President Mahama, almost all successive governments governed so well that the inflationary figures that were given to them, before they handed over the baton to their successor, they reduced the figures. Mr. Speaker, the economy was groomed to the point that successive governments could have the opportunity and access the international capital market. Mr. Speaker, the unfortunate aspect is when Ghana was given to His Excellency the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, we grew Ghana to the point that the first thing he did was to come to this House for us to approve an Eurobond of $2.5 billion. Mr. Speaker, Ghana was acclaimed as the fastest growing country economy in Africa at that time. Inflation was reduced to 15.4. Mr. Speaker, all the economic indicators were so creditworthy to the point that the rating agencies rated Ghana with B. Mr. Speaker, from Kufuor B, Atamils B, President Mahama B, handed over to President Akufo-Addo. But Mr. Speaker, there was a relay video where children were learning how to do baton relay. And when it was given to one, he started going reverse. And they were using that one to exemplify President Akufo-Addo's governance. I thought it was a joke. Mr. Speaker, all of a sudden, all the economic indicators started going reverse. The inflation of 15.4% that was given to him, he grew it to 54.1 and brought it to 23.8, and he said that a man to new friend. Mr. Speaker, we handed over a very good economy to him, that wherever he went, AFD, they were giving loans. World Bank, loans. International concessional loans, we were taking. This House Finance Committee was so busy every day with loan approvals. Mr. Speaker, you yourself tell me, when was the last time that they brought a loan facility here that this House should approve? Nana Seho. We are no longer creditworthy. That the House Finance Committee could not even consider any financial transaction, international financial transaction. Mr. Speaker, going forward, I was so hurt when Standard & Poor downgraded Nana Addo's government, Ghana as a country. Fish Solutions downgraded us. Mr. Speaker, Moody's downgraded us to the point that the president of Ghana at that time said, we must set our own marking scheme. Mr. Speaker, which student will go to school, the same marking scheme that your predecessors passed, President Mills pass, President Kufuor pass, President Mama pass. Because Nana Akufo-Addo has failed, we should change. Yes, we handed over B to you. Then you reduce the B to a junk economy. A junk economy that you yourself could not go to the international community to borrow again. Who closed the door? How did the international community turn their back from Ghana? It tells you that you failed. Mr. Speaker, going forward, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable, hold on. Let me thank you and cede the seat to the first Deputy Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister, you are on the floor.
Mr. Speaker, the Ghanaian economy was so attractive to the point that even Nigeria banks were all running to Ghana. Then we handed over to you. Mr. Speaker, when this country was handed over to the MPP government, Mr. Speaker, 9 universal banks were collapsed. Unibank collapsed. Sovereign Bank collapsed. Heritage Bank collapsed. Mr. Speaker, 463 microfinances, 367 of them collapsed. Mr. Speaker, from the 33 universal banks that we have, they reduced them to 23. And tell me why Ghanaians should not be justified in reducing your number from 169 to 88. Tell me. 87. Even the 88 self, you see. Ghanaians gave you 169 and gave you a very good economy. And you collapsed 9 universal banks. You collapsed 367 microfinances. You collapsed about 50 insurance. Who will vote for you? So Ghanaians are justified in reducing your number from 169 to 87. And Mr. Speaker, which student, you go to school and you fail, then you come and tell your father that he should give you a marking scheme. You want to set your own marking scheme. For the where? You can have your marking scheme, but you will be repeated. Mr. Speaker, to continue, I heard my respected, lovely brother and friend asking that what are the priorities of Atufosin and John Mahama. Mr. Speaker, as a country, in governance, we have principles and values. Mr. Speaker, when we accepted the 1992 Constitution as our respected and highest law of the land, we created a district assembly common fund to protect our democracy. Mr. Speaker, when we had crisis in our educational sector, we created the GET fund to solve our educational problems. Mr. Speaker, when we had problems on our road sector, we created the road fund to help solve our road problems. Mr. Speaker, when we suffered from energy sector, we created energy sector savings levy to help solve the energy problems. Governance must be guided by principles and values. If you cannot go by them, you don't qualify to govern. And that is why Ghanaians could justify to rate you as Ghana's misgovernors. Yes, you were not governing right. And that's why they reduced you from 169 to 87. Mr. Speaker, to continue, when we awarded the 123, Mr. Speaker, I didn't want to say Ghana's misleaders. That's why I say misgovernance. Then to substitute it, Ghana's misleaders. Even the president, he was misled. But Mr. Speaker, seriously, the reason why the 123 community day schools, blocks, we completed 56 of them as at 31st December, as at 6th January 2017, when we were exiting power. Mr. Speaker, the first Minister of Education, Honorable Dr. Metiopoku Prempe, was quoted on Asempa FM and came to repeat it here. That is what we handed over to you. And Mr. Speaker, the 123 schools, 50 of them were financed, 23 of them were financed by the World Bank. The remaining were financed by the Ghana Educational Trust Fund. You came. The dedicated fund that was used to complete the 123 blocks, you came and went for Dachi bond. And you collateralized it. And therefore contractors could not complete them. Do you blame us? The priority of Dr. Kessel Atuforsin and President Mahama is that the blocks must be completed. And therefore your Dachi bond, the facility you went for, he has taken it over and he has uncapped the GET fund. GET fund should be used for all educational activities. GET fund has been uncapped. Then you who capped GET fund, knowing very well that you erred, then you went and said that, oh, when you vote for us again, we will uncap the GET fund. What made you cap it in the first place? Ghanaians will not listen to that story. And that's why they voted against you and pushed you there. Mr. Speaker, look at the nature of our roads. The road fund was meant to be used for road maintenance. Mr. Speaker, when the Honorable Osu Aduomi, no. When the Honorable Osu Aduomi, who was then the ranking member on Roads and Highway Committee, who assisted this house in most of our roads activities, when he became the Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways, Mr. Speaker, he advised them, and they said he was NDC, even though he was MPP MP. He gave them good counsel that capping the road fund and using the road fund for other things, when it rains, all Ghanaian roads will be impassable. Mr. Speaker, which of our roads are motorable as we speak? The priority of John Mahama and Atuforsi is that we are uncapping all the road fund and we are using the road fund purposely for road maintenance. Going forward, Honorable Patrick Boama, your road will be motorable. Honorable Intinfojo, your roads will be motorable. Mr. Speaker, your roads will be motorable. My brother Ajay Mensa Tachima, your roads will be motorable. Because the road fund is being uncapped and we will use it to do the roads. Mr. Speaker, seriously speaking, another dangerous error that was committed was the District Assembly Common Fund. You created 46 District Assembly in addition to the 260 you inherited. Mr. Speaker, and you capped the District Assembly Common Fund. It took a member of this house to take you to Supreme Court. The venerable Kodo took you to Supreme Court for Supreme Court to tell you that what you were doing is wrong. The priority of Atuforsi and John Mahama is that the common fund that you capped, they are uncapping it. The earmark fund and realignment fund collapse. And therefore, 80% of the District Assembly Common Fund is going to your districts. And therefore, you are not going to be under pressure. And the district assemblies, the decentralized structures are not going to be operating with that nothing. So now, when you go to Akati, the community will be lively. Economic activities will be going on. Contractors will be working. District assembly project will be taken by contractors. We are going to bring life, just as we have in Accra, in almost all the district capitals. That is the priority of Atuforsi and John Mahama. Mr. Speaker, you can't register assembly, National Health Insurance levy. Mr. Speaker,
Honorable Minister,
we created that one purposely for our health needs.
Honorable Minister,
so
you should have used Banda as an example.
Mr. Speaker,
you should have used Banda as an example instead of Akati.
The true leaders of this country have come back. We are coming to reset, and our prayer is that we should not go there for them to come and destabilize. May God bless us all, and I thank you and call honorable colleagues to support the position that we are taking. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, Honorable Majority Chief Whip.
Speaker, may I pray you to seek your leave to vary order of business so that we'll go to item number 9 before we return to item number 7 where we are. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Available Leader. And then the Chairman for Subsidiary Legislation Committee. This is an instrument. What do you say to the application?
Mr. Speaker, it's listed. I can't even see the. Yes. Yes. Isn't on my for subsidiary legislation.
Exactly.
Honorable Available Leader, let me hear you.
Rightly so, Mr. Speaker. Yes, we worked on this instrument this morning as a committee. And I haven't seen the minister here. I don't know if he's seeking leave for somebody else to lay the instrument or what. Because I just signed the report.
Very well. So what we can do is that by agreement, I will vary the order of business to take item numbered 9. And when the item is about to be taken, then we can take application from the Majority Chief Whip as to whether the Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs should lay it instead of the Minister responsible for environment. So, honorable members, we then vary the order of business, and at commencement of public business, item numbered 9. Yes, Majority Chief Whip.
Speaker, the Honorable Minister is unavoidably absent, but we have the Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs available to do that on his behalf, if I may seek your leave for that to be done.
Honorable Available Leader, this is the application.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not opposed, but I'll come in again. I'm not opposed to him.
Very well. Honourable members, item numbered 9, presentation of instruments.
Environmental Protections, Mining and Forest Reserves Amendment Regulations 2025.
Yes, Honorable.
Mr. Speaker, let me ask for leave of you to ask the Minister for Local Government to give some explanatory statement on the instrument laid.
Well, he's exercising his authority under Order 163 to request a short explanation to the instrument being laid.
Mr. Speaker, this is an issue that even civil society organizations have been calling on us to make sure that we help protect the environment. And we, as a house, were highly concerned when the matter came out that this particular house went ahead to pass that law. We were under serious critique by the public. And as legislators, when we are here making laws, regulatory impact assessment shows that you must open the window to see the impact of the laws you are passing here on the people. If Ghanaians are saying that the law that we pass here is negatively impacting on our forests, and I could see the crying of the Honorable Minister for Lands and Forestry, Honorable Amako Fibua, that 44 of the 44 forest reserves that we have, even none of them were almost gone. That's because we wouldn't want it to be said that it's because of, excuse me, the contribution of this house, the law that we passed, that's why our forest reserves are all going. We always take part in the tree planting exercise. The Green Ghana Day, we all take part. But you cannot be passing law for destruction of forests and taking part in tree planting. So I think that this amendment will go a long way to help the image. The revocation will go a long way to help the image of this house. And I believe my brother, the Honorable Patrick Yabuama, knowing who he is trying to let me throw light on this so that we'll carry Ghanaians along. With that statement, I know he will agree. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable available leader, my good friend Patrick Yabuama.
This side of the House is not opposed to the revocation of this instrument.
Very well.
It's a consensus report that will be presenting to the House. So I want that to be on record. That is why I needed him to give some explanatory statement to this. Because by the new rules, under 93, the sub-rule 4, if an instrument is laid, gone are the days where a minister will just come knowing nothing about an instrument and will bow. So it's a warning to ministers of state that will be invoking those rules. Thank you.
Honorable members, the Environmental Protection, Mining in Forest Reserves, Amendment Regulation 2025 is duly laid and it is referred to the Subsidiary Legislation Committee for consideration and report. Yes, Honorable.
The strong suggestion is that the leadership of the Lands and Natural Resources Committee be added to.
Very well.
Assist,
Chairman of the committee. The application is that leadership of the Lands and Natural Resources should join you in giving consideration to the instrument.
Mr. Speaker, we are not opposed, except that Honorable Collins Dauda should attend the meeting on time. We meet very early. You know, Mr. Speaker, you're a very diligent member of that committee, and my senior brother should be diligent. He has to be at the meeting on time. 8:30 a.m. is 8:30 a.m. Professor Bayo will attest to that. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Majority Chief.
Speaker, I wouldn't do this to my brother, but to suggest that the very venerable Collins Dauda is not a diligent leader of this house. Mr. Speaker, he's here, but I need to defend him. He's always a diligent man. That is why he's an 8th timer in this house. So he will attend upon the committee diligently and deliver his duties diligently, on time. Diligence is part of being timelessly available. Speaker, we defer to you in this matter. If the referral be made so that we may progress.
Honorable Wiseman, we all know that you are a very diligent person, and some of us have taken after you.
But
so
Mr. Speaker,
your level of diligence is not
in doubt.
In doubt.
Thank you very much. But Mr. Speaker, I never knew until this afternoon that Patrick Boama, Honorable, had become a timekeeper in Parliament.
Honorable members, I thank you very much for the opportunity. I recall that this instrument was about to be laid, and I ruled that until and unless a pre-laying consideration is carried out, the way is not clear for the instrument to be laid. And by confirmation, they have done the pre-laying consideration, hence the instrument is due to be laid. So I thank you very much for the opportunity, and I thank the committee for also doing the pre-laying consideration as a matter of urgency. Yes?
Speaker, just to confirm that the leadership of the Lands and Natural Resources Committee.
Yes, the leadership of Lands and Natural Resources Committee should join the Subsidiary Legislation Committee in considering the instrument. Yes, honorable members, we will move back to item number 7.
Speaker, the list of names of proposed debaters are still before you. So we still have 2 on this side, and if available leaders on the others can confirm the number of, you have 3 outstanding.
Honorable Majority Chief Whip, by the list that I have here, the minority side has 4, and the majority side has 6. No, 5.
Speaker, regarding the 4, Speaker, I defer to you.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I told you earlier on that the committee met by your instructions or directive that we needed to meet within 48 hours to present the report on the airline. We did so this morning. So I want my colleague to know that we've met and done the pre-laying, but I don't know where you want the leadership of the Lands and Forestry Committee to come in.
Well, officially, the instrument is being referred to you for consideration and report. So it is that consideration that the leadership of Lands and Natural Resources will be part. So this is an internal problem, and you can handle it internally.
Speaker, the further clarification is that the meeting that they had was in respect of your directive. So this referral now is what they will consider pending reports. If they are able to return with a report before the expiration of the 21 sitting days, then we have business. So,
Honourable Member, I have been the Vice Chairman of the Subsidiary Legislation Committee,
Speaker,
so I know exactly what Honourable Patrick Yauboma is talking about.
Very well, Speaker.
So we are back to item number 7, statement on the budget statement and economic policy of the government for the year ending 31st December 2025. Continuation of the comment. It's now the turn of Honorable Bafo Ewua Ajay.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you for this invitation. Again,
Honorable Bafo Ewua, are you a chairman, ranking member, vice chairman?
Vice chair.
Okay, so then you have 10 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you for this invitation. I do not take it for granted at all. Mr. Speaker, I don't take it for granted because, firstly, 10 years prior to the 1992 Constitution being promulgated in 1993, there was never such an opportunity to comment on a budget statement. And so, Mr. Speaker, when it gets to such a moment, we need to celebrate our past. And so, Mr. Speaker, I take this opportunity to celebrate how far we have come in terms of our democracy. That gives us the opportunity to comment on budget statements. It is important so that, Mr. Speaker, our brothers and sisters who these days sometimes take our democracy for granted, Mr. Speaker, will take an important cue from it. Mr. Speaker, I do not take it for granted also because out of the over 30 million Ghanaians, I am one of the 276 privileged people who have been mandated by the Constitution to comment on the budget statement. So, Mr. Speaker, I do not take this for granted, and for this reason, I thank you for the opportunity, and I thank the people of Menchia South for giving me the opportunity to also represent them and have a say on this budget statement. Mr. Speaker, it is important we do not forget that prior to the year 2017, specifically 7th of January, government policy lacked credibility. There was lack of policy credibility, for which reason the government at the time, that is the NDC government, sought refuge in the IMF. Mr. Speaker, when the MPP took over, that policy credibility was restored. And so, Mr. Speaker, if for nothing, we need to celebrate that feat by the MPP for giving government policy credibility. Mr. Speaker, having said that, Mr. Speaker, I would want to take you to paragraph 368 of the policy of the budget at page 69. Mr. Speaker, with your liberty, I would read. Mr. Speaker, it starts by saying, Mr. Speaker, the key policy intervention to support the economic transformation and job creation agenda include the following: roll out the equivalent of a $10 billion big push policy for strategic infrastructural development to open up the country and drive sustainable economic growth and transformation. Mr. Speaker, our job as a House, our duty, very respectfully, is to consider this statement and approve it. Mr. Speaker, how do you consider something that does not have details? Mr. Speaker, the big push, does not have details as to the nature of infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, we all know that when it comes to infrastructure, it's a nebulous word. It spans various physical infrastructure, Mr. Speaker. You can have hard infrastructure, you can have soft infrastructure. So what infrastructure is the budget referring to? Mr. Speaker, we do not know. Where would the infrastructure be located? Mr. Speaker, we do not know. Mr. Speaker, what has informed, or what will inform the choices of the kind of infrastructure? Mr. Speaker, we do not know, because details have not been provided. Mr. Speaker, nonetheless, we are being invited to approve this policy. Mr. Speaker, who in this House will sign a blank check to a builder who tells him that, give me $10 billion to build you a house, without knowing the location of the house, without knowing the type of house to be built? Mr. Speaker, who in this House? Mr. Speaker, at least the National Cathedral, the location was known. Not that I approve of it, but the location was known. Mr. Speaker, we knew where it was being sited. We knew where the plan, what the plan was. We knew it. But Mr. Speaker, here we are being asked to approve of a policy, the details of which is not known. And so, Mr. Speaker, even in considering it, what are we considering? What are we considering? Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, it is very important that we are guided by history. Mr. Speaker, I am very apprehensive. I am very apprehensive with the figure $10 billion. Because, Mr. Speaker, very respectfully, allow me, Mr. Speaker, grant me the liberty to use the word sexy. It appears our brothers on the other side find the figure $10 billion very sexy. And it's curious. Anytime you are in government, you have a $10 billion project. Anytime you are in government, Mr. Speaker, between the first term of the NDC, in the year between 2013 to 2016, Mr. Speaker, that was the Hope City, $10 billion Hope City facility. Mr. Speaker, and it became hopeless. SSmr. Speaker, between the year 2009 and 2012, Mr. Speaker, was the $10 billion STS deal. And so anytime the NDC is in power, they seem fascinated by the figure $10 billion. If it is not the 10 billion STS deal, it is the 10 billion Hope City deal. And today we are being given 10 billion big push. Mr. Speaker, I can appreciate why there are no details. Mr. Speaker, you know why? because they are afraid of accountability. They know that if they give us details, there will be something to hold them to. They are afraid of accountability. Mr. Speaker, when the STS deal failed, when the 10 billion STS deal failed, because they had told us it was a housing project, it was very easy to verify whether or not a house has been built. Mr. Speaker, it was easy to hold them accountable and determine that indeed it has failed. Mr. Speaker, it is not strange that, Mr. Speaker, that because it failed, Professor Mills, the good man, may his soul rest in perfect peace. Mr. Speaker, in 2012, January 2012, in an interview to Reuters, Mr. Speaker stated as follows: "We have some difficulties with the STS project, and as a president, I am eating a humble pie to say that we are looking for alternatives." Mr. Speaker, the $10 billion STS deal, the 10 billion STS deal failed. It failed. Mr. Speaker, the Hope City also failed. Mr. Speaker, today they are telling us 10 billion push. Whether it is a crab, Mr. Speaker, it will fail. Mr. Speaker, we need details for the big push. We need details for the big push. Mr. Speaker, unless we have details, we would have failed in our job, Mr. Speaker, as legislators. Mr. Speaker, we would have failed. Well, Mr. Speaker, clearly, Mr. Speaker, that said, after raising the hopes
Honourable member, conclude.
Mr. Speaker, after raising the hopes of this country, Mr. Speaker, the second point is JIDA. Mr. Speaker, we have been told of certain programs in here. We have been told of certain programs, coding, Ejumera, and so on and so forth. Mr. Speaker, the only difference between this, what has been enumerated here, Mr. Speaker, and JIDA, is that it's not being implemented by an agency called JIDA. Mr. Speaker, that's the only difference. Mr. Speaker, is the same
member,
JIDA
your time
skill.
is up.
Mr. Speaker,
I'll
even the time.
Give the floor
Mr. Speaker,
to Honourable Frank Afriye.
Mr. Speaker, my time is not
Honourable
up.
Frank Afriye, you have the floor. Yes,
Speaker.
Honourable.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. This is a very important debate, and looking behind the Majority Chief Whip, I cannot even find the Minister of Finance or his deputy in the chamber to take notes and comments from members. Neither do I find officials from the Ministry of Finance. Honourable Whip, this is a very important. We are not going to stop the debate, but we want to bring it to your attention. Mr. Speaker, you can call on Honourable Afriye. Thank you. I just wanted you to know that. Thank you.
Honourable Afriye. Yes.
Speaker, let not the impression be created that finance, representatives of the Ministry of Finance or the deputy was not here. Speaker, he just stepped out. I suspect that for very brief reasons. He will be back. He was here sitting here taking notes. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to assure the available leader that Finance Ministry is well represented and they are taking notes of some of the issues that you are raising. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity.
Honourable Majority Leader, I noticed that. Well, Honorable Ntim Fojo, I think yesterday we came into an agreement. Your people are ready to criticize the budget. We are concluding tomorrow. So if you don't want the opportunity to be given to them, you can raise the issue and accordingly we would adjourn till tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This house is a house of rules. And just when one would have expected that the government, having a majority they claim to be over 183, would have taken interest in the comments arising out of the budget statement and economic policy of the first year of their government. Mr. Speaker, as we speak, the finance minister is not here. Deputy finance minister is not here. No cabinet minister is present. As we speak, even among their leadership, only one is present. Among their backbench, only 22 are present. Clearly, they have demonstrated that this budget we are debating that they themselves presented is not even a priority to them. They have abandoned their own budgets. They are not showing any interest in their own budgets. And so, Mr. Speaker,
Honourable Member, turn to page 4 and 5 of the order paper. Page 4 and 5 of the order paper. The order paper, turn to page 4 and 5.
So, Mr. Speaker, I don't have a copy here. I'll be glad to have a copy and speak to it. But whilst I'm waiting for it, Mr. Speaker, this is a clear advice to the government.
Is that not
they
order
cannot
paper?
Only boast. They
Honourable
cannot only boast.
Is that
I'm
not
waiting for
order
the hard
paper?
copy. I'm waiting for the hard copy. When it comes, I will speak to it.
But is that not the hard copy?
For some reason, mine is not scrolling up, Mr. Speaker. I'll be grateful when I get a hard copy. But whilst waiting, Mr. Speaker, this House must be reminded that we have 276 members of Parliament in this House. 183 are majority. And out of that 183, only 22 are present. No cabinet minister is present. Only one leader on their side is present, clearly abandoning their economic policy. How do you expect Ghanaians to take interest in your budget when you yourself have abandoned your budget? Mr. Speaker, that must be corrected.
Will you read page 4 and 5?
Mr. Speaker, I rest my case.
Will you read page 4 and 5? Honourable Member, this is a directive from the Speaker. Will you read page 4 and 5 of today's order paper?
Mr. Speaker, I have not put any tangible application before you for your ruling. I made my submission, and when I made it, I ended on the note and stated that I rest my case. And that is where I end.
Well,
I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The person presiding will take note of your conduct accordingly. Yes, Honourable Majority
Speaker.
Chief Whip.
Speaker, I indeed, the Honourable Ntim Fojo is one of the members, honourable members, I consider as a gentleman, and he's still a gentleman. But I want to plead with him that the issues that he raised, he neither cited an issue of quorum nor otherwise. He just went to town. That is why Speaker says, take guidance so that we make progress. It's very unfortunate that you won't take guidance from Speaker. I think that you should take guidance. Yes, because all that Speaker is trying to alert you is that there are a lot of committees meeting. So if you can take cognizance of that, then issues of numbers on the floor is not what should engage you. Speaker, with this, I believe that we can make progress with my member for Kwajatu South is ready to make his comment. Thank you.
Honourable Franca Free, you have the floor. Beginning of your time.
Mr. Speaker,
let me convey tons of gratitude to you for the opportunity to make brief comments and share modest perspectives on the 2025 budget. To all intents and purposes, Mr. Speaker, this is a budget of hope. It is a budget of credibility. It is a budget of joy. It is an A+ budget. And will surely lead us to the promised land. Mr. Speaker, it is absolutely imperative for the House to recognize that whilst we are engaged in formal commentary over the budget, out there are thousands of debates and commentaries going on. Speaker, the people who sent us here, who have given us their power of attorney, the ordinary Ghanaian, Mr. Speaker, they are engaged in ferocious debates in marketplaces, in trotros, in commercial cars, in hospitals, in schools, on their farms, in churches, and all other places. Mr. Speaker, the difference is that whilst we rely on facts, figures, and statistics provided by formal institutions to make our comments and debates, these people rely largely on their personal experiences and the realities of the time in which they live. And so, Mr. Speaker, I'm extremely surprised that my brethren on the other side, Bafo Honorable, he claims that the NDC government lacks credibility. I don't think he understands the word credibility. Mr. Speaker, we were all in this country when they came with their tail running in between their legs to tell us that the former finance minister was running this nation aground. And they told us that the man lacked credibility. They proceeded by telling us that the man used his personal company as financial advisor for international loan transaction. Mr. Speaker, this we are dealing, Mr. Speaker,
Honorable Collins. Very well. Honorable Frank Afriye, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Our brethren on the other side, I think, have issues with what I was saying. I particularly refer to OPK, the Honorable David Opoku Ansah. Mr. Speaker, he's a member of this House. On the other side, he used the word, the 3 C's to describe Ken Ofori-Atta. The first C stands for incompetence. Yes. That's what he said. That's what he said. That the first C, Mr. Speaker, that I am quoting him.
Honorable members, order.
The first C.
I recognize Honorable Patrick Yabuama. Please, you can resume your seat.
Mr. Speaker, the Honorable David Opoku Ansah is not in the chamber. Neither do we have the Honorable Ofori-Atta to hear. The rules are quite clear on that. So if the member will focus on his submission, he will not receive any heckling from here, Mr. Afriye. Thank you.
Honorable Frank Afriye, take a cue and proceed.
Thank you, Leader. Thank you so much. The reality is that when it comes to credibility, we will not take lesson notes from the other side, because they have come to tell us that they are not credible, that their own finance minister, the only case he specializes in is how to use his own company to borrow, as the loans weigh heavily on our shoulders. Mr. Speaker, he organized KK. He organized Kenke and Wache party. Mr. Speaker, with your permission, Mr. Speaker, with your permission, I hope to sing the song that he normally dances to, and that's Sydney's song. The song that had to do with our money, our money, Ghana money, Oga de chopper, nyafu nyafu. Mr. Speaker,
Honorable member,
let me go on.
Honorable member, the chamber is not a music studio. Honorable member, the chamber is not a music studio. Please proceed without singing.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am guided.
Honorable Patrick Yaboma.
Mr. Speaker, if you could direct the Hansa department to have that portion expunged. Very, very good.
Honorable member, I can assure you that the singing is not captured by the Hansa department. So please proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I'm still dwelling on the lamentations of the ordinary Ghanaian and their apprehensions against our brethren on the other side. Mr. Speaker, we are told that the MPP government used over $400 million in their failed attempt to construct 111 hospitals. Mr. Speaker, after 8 good years, not even one functioning hospital. John Dramani Mahama and the NDC would have used that same money to construct over 30 functioning hospitals. That is the lamentation of the ordinary man out there. Mr. Speaker, we were still in this country when our brethren on the other side use monies that are meant for local development. They use it to organize workshops to train Zongo women in how to cook wache and Hausa cocoa. Mr. Speaker, we all know that if you want the best wache and Hausa cocoa, you cannot go to get it anywhere than our Zongo women. Mr. Speaker, let me come to the substance of the budget as we have now. The budget, as stated, the budget is a budget of hope. Mr. Speaker, I invite you to page 71. Page 71, paragraph 374. Mr. Speaker, the government has allocated close to 500 million Ghana cedis. This amount is to give respite to our people in the villages, the young men and women who are hopeless under a Kufuor's regime because after senior high school, they could not progress. Speaker, we are so proud of our brethren seated over there. They are big lawyers, they are doctors, they are engineers, but did they become engineers after senior high school? No. John Dramani Mahama wants every child after senior high school to progress. And that is why the ordinary man is happy. Mr. Speaker, today, provisions have been made in this budget for building of National Women's Bank. That is what we're talking about. Mr. Speaker, as we speak, I represent the good people of Afajatosa. We do not even have one single bank, not even a rural bank. Mr. Speaker, the only bank we had was built by Dr. Parkwesing Indum, and our people came and they collapsed the bank. How could you collapse a bank with a whopping 25 billion Ghana cedis when these banks were indebted to a tune of 9 billion? Mr. Speaker, the essence of this National Women Development Bank is to equip our women in the villages. These are women who are looking for credit in order to trade. These are women when they are capable, the whole household will be able to eat. This is what we are talking about. This is what John Dramani Mahama is transforming this nation. And it is a budget that offers glorious hope for our people. Mr. Speaker, kindly walk with me to page 73 of the same budget. Mr. Speaker, there is adequate provision for our youth to be trained in artisanship and skills.
Honorable member, conclude.
Mr. Speaker, our construction sites are inundated by Togolese and Chinese. The idea is that we need to equip our Ghanaian youth with employable skills and artisanship so that they can take their pride of place.
Your time is
Mr.
up.
Speaker, John Mahama deserves to be celebrated.
Honorable member, your time is up.
This is a groundbreaking budget.
Honorable member, your time is up.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank you so much.
Honorable members, it's now the turn of Honorable Shirley Che.
Mr. Speaker, I wanted to find
Honorable
out.
Shirley Che, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I wanted to find out if the timekeepers were different. Mr. Speaker, do we have different timekeepers? No, I just wanted to know, with the greatest of respect, whether we had different timekeepers.
Honorable member, I think we know exactly what we are doing. If you watch carefully, you realize that when the clerk turned to me and make his hand like this, it means he's left with 1 minute. His hand like this, it means it's left with 2 minutes. So I operate by the direction from the clerk. So I don't have any other timekeeper apart from the clerks.
Mr. Speaker, I take your guidance.
Honorable Shirley Che. You have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to
Well, Honorable Shirley Che, are you a ranking, deputy ranking?
Deputy ranking, please.
Very well. Then you have 10 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to the budget statement made by the Honorable Finance Minister. Mr. Speaker, a close study at what the NDC promised in opposition and what is delivering today in office can best be described as underwhelming. Mr. Speaker, it's a classic case of promising heaven and delivering prrr la prrr, or more fittingly, Mr. Speaker, promising
Honorable
roses
member,
and delivering
you were
pebbles.
in the chamber. Order. Honorable member, you were in the chamber when we indicated that the chamber is not a music studio. So please don't sing. Comment on the budget.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Or more fittingly, promising roses and delivering pebbles. Mr. Speaker, the NDC promised big in 2024. They promised to give the youth of this country jobs by creating millions of jobs for them. Mr. Speaker, what do we see now? Mr. Speaker, they promised that they were going to implement a 24-hour economy policy. Mr. Speaker, this they tagged as Agenda 133. 1 job, 3 shifts, 3 people. Mr. Speaker, I have been looking at this budget closely, and I'm finding it difficult to see where in this budget that there is a single institution with an increment in their budgetary allocation to implement this Agenda 133. Mr. Speaker, there is zilch in this budget. Mr. Speaker, the disparity between promises and delivery is not new with the NDC. Mr. Speaker, the NDC we are seeing today is the NDC of yesteryears and the NDC of years to come. Mr. Speaker, they are very good at giving promises, giving big promises, and giving little. Mr. Speaker, a classical example is the one-time NHIA premium we were promised. Mr. Speaker, this policy never saw the light of day. Mr. Speaker, would I be wrong in thinking that this Agenda 133 or this 24-hour economy may just be one of their failed promises and may never see the light of day? Mr. Speaker, during the 2025 SONA, the President, Honorable President John Dramani Mahama, stated, and I quote, "One of the biggest crises we face is youth unemployment. Youth unemployment has led to despair and frustration. The latest estimates show that about 2 million of our young people are unemployed. This poses a major security risk for our country and requires urgent attention," end quote. Strangely, Mr. Speaker, a paltry 1 million Ghana cedis was promised for the much-touted Ejumera project. Mr. Speaker, this was aimed at job creation. Mr. Speaker, I ask, is 100 million enough to alleviate the despair and frustration Mr. President talked about? Mr. Speaker, looking at the Ministry for Youth Development and Empowerment, Mr. Speaker, there is only an allocation of 7.2 million cedis for its capers. Mr. Speaker, would I be wrong in asking if this is enough to positively impact the youth of this country? No. Mr. Speaker, in a sharp contrast, a whopping 4.1 billion Ghana cedis has been allocated to the Office of Government Machinery. Mr. Speaker, 4.1 billion choppable cedis has been allocated to Office of Government Machinery. The good book says, where your heart is, where your treasure is, that's where your heart is, in Matthew 6:21. Is it the case that the treasure of the president lies in the Office of Government Machinery and that his heart is not with the teeming youth suffering out there? Mr. Speaker, the verdict is out there. Mr. Speaker, now going on to look at other allocations that were made for critical sectors like the road fund. When the local minister was speaking, he was talking about roads being more trouble. Roads being more trouble. Mr. Speaker, would it surprise you to know that the road sector, which is such a critical sector, has only 2.81 billion Ghana cedis allocated for it? The begging question is this fund enough to fix the roads in Achoma Agogo? Is this fund enough to fix the roads in Agbuakwa Menchia? Is this funds enough to fix the roads in Korbin Amanchia? Is this funds enough to fix the roads in Achoma Agbuakwa? Mr. Speaker, I'm not surprised. I will not be surprised if we find that some of these roads are not fixed. Mr. Speaker, considering the huge allocations made to other sectors, Mr. Speaker, I would like to know if the allocation made to the District Assembly's Common Fund of 7.51 billion Ghana cedis is commensurate with the ruling by the Supreme Court. Because, Mr. Speaker, I am willing to hold this government for contempt of court if it is not. Because I'm sure my learned brothers here on this side will be willing to support me on this noble cause. Mr. Speaker, as a woman and a gender advocate, I would like to thank the President,
Honorable
the erstwhile government, Nana Akufo-Addo, for showing the way.
What is contempt of court?
Mr. Speaker, if the money, because there's a law that 5% of the total budget should be allocated for the District Assembly's Common Fund. But as it stands now, we do not know. So I'm just hoping the allocation is commensurate with the ruling by
Honorable member, be guided accordingly.
Yes.
Contempt is quasi-criminal. And
Thank
the
you,
rules
Mr.
are
Speaker.
clear.
Thank you for your guidance, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Honorable Patrick Boma, let me hear you.
Mr. Speaker, as a woman and gender advocate,
yes,
I would like to
your
thank
time
the
is
erstwhile
preserved.
Akufo-Addo
I
government.
recognize Honorable Patrick Boma.
Mr. Speaker, the chamber was dead silent listening to the erudite submission from the member for Achuma. And I saw you nodding your head in appreciation, enjoying the debate. So we expect you to protect the ladies in the chamber, Mr. Speaker. So I think you should add some 3 more minutes to her to enable her to conclude. I thank you.
Oh, honorable member, I just asked a simple question because my responsibility as the chair is to guide using the rules. That is why I ask, what is contempt of court? Because specifically, court has been added. Not only contempt was used. In this case, contempt of court. And you and I, we know what a contempt of court is. Honourable members, I listen to everybody with rapt attention.
Mr. Speaker, you know she's not a lawyer. And you know the implications of some of this. So these are misnomers
that is why
that can be dealt with, Mr. Speaker.
That is why if you are going to use a legal language, if you are not a lawyer, you must be very careful. Honourable member, take a cue. Yes, Honourable Richard Achampong.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, this is a House of Record. I refer my colleague to page 138 of the budget. You can also refer to Appendix 3C. An amount of 7.576 billion Ghana cedis has been allocated to DACF. So if you don't know the computation of total revenue, let me teach you. Because this is the basis of which she said there will be a contempt of court.
Honorable Richard Achampong, with all due respect, under what order are you coming?
Order 122.
Order 122 specifically, which one allows you to do what you are doing?
3. Mr. Speaker, I may refer the House. Mr. Speaker, Order 122, debate may be interrupted. A, by a point of order being raised. So I was on a point of order and you identify my presence and you called upon me. And I want to provide information to the honorable member. Mr. Speaker, before you do the computation, you need to take off GRA retention. Do you understand? So we are talking about total revenue minus other expenditures. So if you don't know, you can't say that the allocation made here is inadequate.
Honorable.
So the honorable member should be guided. Don't misinform the public.
Honorable.
We've given more than 5%. Because if you read Article 252, the Constitution is clear that we should transfer not less than 5%.
Honorable Richard Achampong. Honorable Richard Achampong, please take a cue. Honorable member, take a cue. Meanwhile, I direct that the word contempt of court be expunged. So, honorable member, you have the floor. Continue.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for your guidance. Mr. Speaker, as a gender advocate and a woman, I would like to thank the MPP government for paving the way by removing taxes on all sanitary towels that were locally produced. And I would like to thank this government for following this good gesture and now making an allocation for the distribution of free sanitary towels. But the allocation of 292 million Ghana cedis may simply not be enough for this. I would like to call the sector minister to take a good look at the budget and come out with clear guidance on how this is going to be done. How is the distribution going to be done? Is it going to be done on a monthly basis? Is it going to be done on a timely basis? Are these kids going to benefit from these free sanitary towels when they are home on holidays? Mr. Speaker, the sector minister needs to come again. We need more information on this, because if it must be done, it must be done well. Mr. Speaker, I would also like to thank the 8th Parliament and the erstwhile Akufo-Addo government for passing the affirmative bill into law. Mr. Speaker, this affirmative action bill is by far one of the biggest successes struck by the Akufo-Addo government, and I would like to commend him and this House for it. Yeah. But Mr. Speaker, in the 2024, the Akufo-Addo Nkunim budget projected an allocation of 4.7 billion as a total funds for the gender ministry. However, the budget that was read by the Honorable Ato Forson made 2.7 million allocation for this ministry. This is a shortfall of over 2 billion Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, one may ask, why this drop? Is it because this government does not believe in issues of women and children? Well, the Ghanaian people deserve to know. Mr. Speaker, there is nothing interesting about Mr. Speaker, there is nothing interesting or exciting about the allocation made for the Women Development Bank. Mr. Speaker, unlike the MPP government when they decided to set up the development bank, please listen, you would get it. When they decided to set up the development bank, they made funding. They showed how they were clearly going to fund it. I would like the minister to come back and show us how they are going to fund this Women Development Bank, because a seed money of 51.3 million is simply not enough to set up a bank. The women in Dadiase market, the women in Nkambia market, the women in the Buakwa market, who were joyfully looking forward to the establishment of this bank. I don't know how I'm going to go back and tell them a different story. Mr. Finance Minister, please come back again with clear funding lines. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, the youth and women of this country deserve better. They deserve a budget that prioritizes their needs. I proceed to give the floor to Millicent Yeboah Amankwa. You have the floor. Puts the local economy Millicent Yeboah Amankwa, you have the floor. Honorable member, your time is up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Master, sit down. Oh, no.
Honorable Amankwa, hold it.
Thank
Honorable
you, Mr.
Brana
Speaker,
Champon,
for the opportunity given to me.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we're grateful for how you have moderated the debates so far. But Mr. Speaker, the leader, Honorable Champon, raised an issue per 1223. It is, Mr. Speaker, we all heard him. He said 1223. And
please address the chair.
The Speaker, he referred to Order 1223. And 1223 clearly is a deviation of what he intended to do. And it's because this is a house of record. Yes. Mr. Speaker, I want to bring to his attention, he can always correct himself. He can always correct himself, but to quote 1223 in reference to a correction, a point of information, I think that it is not good for our debate. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Richard Achampon.
Mr. Speaker, I can conclude that my good friend was not listening to me. You asked me and I mentioned 122, and I read the A, but the ground was on the C. But since you got understanding of what I wanted to do, I did not bother myself to read the C, but it was 1221C for the records. So next time, try to listen to me and listen to me well. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, I heard order 122. Then I followed up with a question. Which aspect of order 122? Honorable Millicent Amankwa, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to add my voice to the debate statement and the economic policy of the government of Ghana for the 2025 fiscal year by the Honorable Minister for Finance, Honorable Ato Forson, under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Mr. Speaker, the theme for the 2025 budget is resetting the economy for the Ghana we want. Clearly, it shows as all-inclusive. Mr. Speaker, yesterday I was seated here in this chamber, and the Honorable MP for Pusiga, Hajia, she was around, and Mr. Speaker, she spoke extensively about the support allocation for women and the youth. Today, I am surprised, Mr. Speaker. Since the Fourth Republic, there has never been a clear allocation to support women. Indeed, this 2025 financial year budget is a clear reflection of the hope, the future as a country we have long awaited. Mr. Speaker, I will not speak much about the women and the youth initiatives, but Mr. Speaker, I would want to take our mind to one thing, that is the lifeblood of every economy. That is the energy sector. Mr. Speaker, I would want to take you to the page 19 of the 2025 budget, which indicates key issues in the energy sector. Mr. Speaker, paragraph 95, it says, Mr. Speaker, in 2024, the Ministry of Finance supported the energy sector with a payment of about 1.5 billion USD, which is equivalent to 20.8 billion. Mr. Speaker, this amount of money would have been used for any other project like road schools. But I believe in the ministry and the minister of roads with this initiative that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wants to implement. That is the big push. And so, Mr. Speaker, if we look at this amount of money and we ask ourselves about this recent exercise conducted by the energy sector, the modeling team under the energy sector recovery program, Mr. Speaker, it has revealed that the energy sector financial shortfall has increased to 35 billion Ghana cedis in 2025. Mr. Speaker, let us ask ourselves, where are we going as a country? With this whole budget, Mr. Speaker, without the energy sector, we cannot work. And let us go back again, Mr. Speaker. If you look at the current state of the energy sector, there is massive financial shortfall. Mr. Speaker, how did we get here? The independent power producers, we owe them 1.73 billion USD. Mr. Speaker, which is even more than what the former finance ministry gave as a support to the energy ministry.
The debt is what they gave to us.
Mr. Speaker, as we speak now, the ECG is owing 68 billion Ghana cedis, which they can't even pay suppliers.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, even when you go to Cocoa Board, they are owing 32 billion Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, which is going to affect power supply to any industry that is dependent on them.
Then they come and complain.
Mr. Speaker, the cost of power generation is very costly.
Good.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to take you back a little, but before then, I thank God that this particular year we have His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Yes.
Because, Mr. Speaker, when we look at the cost of generating electricity with the hydrant, it's very costly. The history tells us when His Excellency Kwame Nkrumah started with the Akosombo Dam.
Yes.
He started with 900 megawatts.
Yes.
We give us about 400 megawatts.
Yes.
And Pond give us 200 megawatts.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, it is not enough.
Yes.
And it's very costly. And during the 1983, then we had the drought in this country. The Akosombo got the drainage, Mr. Speaker. That is when His Excellency Rawlings set up a committee to find a way to solve this whole issue, and it came about to the thermal plant.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker,
Go on.
with this dam, these three principal dams in this country, it's 5 cents per kilowatt hour.
Yes.
And the thermal plant gives us 15 per kilowatt hour.
Yanko.
It is not enough.
Yanko.
And that is why I am happy today that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is going to introduce the solar system to support the future.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, solar might be very costly as per capital.
Yes.
But with the long years ahead of us, it can even add up 3 cents per kilowatt hour, which is going to help us.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, we can say whatever we want to say in this country, but if the energy sector is not catered for, and looking at the debt and arrears we are supposed to pay, if measures are not kept in place, Mr. Speaker, we are doomed.
Go on.
Mr. Speaker, when you go to the page 53 of the budget, Mr. Speaker, it clearly shows that the energy sector has given up measures. And that is, they would have to renegotiate with the IPP, that is the independent power producers, so that it can help the country. The ECG metering system, they will monitor it with the private sectors. Mr. Speaker, it's very important because of an election, we were in this country, then the government subsidized power, electricity. For what? Yama Minshenkwa. And at the end, Mr. Speaker, we have supported and made sure that our people, because we are giving things to them for free, they have engaged in illegal connection, which is not helping the country. Mr. Speaker, I would want you, Mr. Speaker, I would want you to listen to the point that, Mr. Speaker, this budget, indeed, I believe in the Minister for Finance, the Minister of Energy, and the leadership of the 9th Parliament, led by the Honorable Mahama Yariga, that at the end of the day, with the women in the majority side, that we have recognized the good deeds in this budget. We would entreat every member in this chamber to support this budget, because this budget is a clear reflection of hope and the future. Because every young person, knowing the provision of the energy sector, that has been catered for. And yesterday, the energy minister was here to come out with so many things, even...
Honorable member, conclude.
Even that we haven't gone to much of the month within a year. Look at what he laid out yesterday. I believe in the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Thank you,
Honourable members, it's now the turn of Honourable Amankwa Menu. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you for the opportunity to comment on the budget as presented by His Excellency the President through the Finance Minister to this House. Mr. Speaker, in commenting on the budget, I rely on two materials: the State of the Nation address as presented by His Excellency to this House on Thursday, 27th of February 2025, and the budget as presented by the Finance Minister on March 11, 2025. Mr. Speaker, we are here talking about a man who is so unique in the politics of our nation, and I mean His Excellency President Mahama. This is somebody who has been a vice president, a president, and came back and now a president. Having occupied all these positions, Mr. Speaker, the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, does not have the luxury of excuse. Mr. Speaker, I have looked at the budget, and this is a budget I term the Kosciuszko budget. Kosciuszko in the sense that, Mr. Speaker, we were promised of a lean government. Yes, His Excellency has succeeded in reducing the number of ministers. But, Mr. Speaker, the question I ask is, has he succeeded in saving the public purse? Yes. The answer, Mr. Speaker, is simply no. If we look at the amount of money going to government machinery, Mr. Speaker, this is not an indication of a government that is prepared to save the public purse. And that is my definition of Kosciuszko budget. Yes, the top is slim, but the stomach, where the chop is going to be, is big, Mr. Speaker. And anybody suffering from that kind of disease can only be described as Kosciuszko. Mr. Speaker, let me take you to page 40 of the State of the Nation address as presented by His Excellency, by His Excellency the President. Mr. President, at page 40 of the SONA address, told this House that Ghana, or a country, was handed to him in peace and stable. Mr. Speaker, less than 3 months in office, can we confidently say that Ghana is peace and stable? Mr. Speaker, we live in a country where soldiers are being killed. Just a couple of days ago in Boko, a soldier was killed by an unidentified person. Mr. Speaker, we live in a country where civilians are being emboldened day in and day out to attack our security agents. Mr. Speaker, Obuasi is so fresh on our minds, where a particular party actually emboldened its supporters to have the courage to attack soldiers. Mr. Speaker, this is so foreign in this country. Mr. Speaker, within 3 months of assuming office, Galamsey is on the ascendancy. There is a sharp rise in Galamsey. Mr. Speaker, on 7th of January 2017, on the assumption of power, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was bold enough to tell the Ghanaian people that he was going to deal with the issue of Galamsey. Mr. Speaker, the first time I heard about the word Galamsey was under the NDC. Galamsey existed before Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo became president. This is somebody who confronted the issue to the extent that he was prepared to put his presidency on the line. Mr. Speaker, today, in our beautiful Ghana, the Minister for Land and Natural Resources told us that forests, certain forests, 9 out of the 44 forests in this country have been taken over by armed thugs, to the extent that the agency clothed with authority to have access to this forest were unable to do that. Mr. Speaker, just yesterday, the land minister came to this house to tell us that they have been able to crawl back some of this forest. I will be glad to know which of the forests have been crawled back. Mr. Speaker, so mamiya na sa wo se wada wo na kombedo to wait, Mr. Speaker, if your mother is dead and you are bold enough to tell us that she's asleep during dinner time, you'll be the one to go hungry. Mr. Speaker, I am worried about the sharp rise in Galamsey for the simple reason that Galamsey, especially where people have become emboldened and armed, has a direct impact on security of our nation. That is where my problem is. Not too long ago, Mr. Speaker, we had the Brekum boys and the Poku Chrome boys engaging in a shootout as to who control an illegal mine site. Mr. Speaker, this resulted in the death of 3 people. Is it not sad? If we are not careful, and this is not nip in the bud, this country will be the loser at the end of the day. Mr. Speaker, it is important that we deal with this issue. If we don't, soon, and very soon, Mr. Speaker, this site will be infiltrated by insurgents and terrorist elements. Mr. Speaker, who will lure unsuspecting communities into act by way of offering them weapon and training to really go in under the guise of protecting their mining site, only, Mr. Speaker, to end up being recruited for violent and extremist action. And so, Mr. Speaker, it is important that we deal with this issue. It is time that the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and this is why I said that he does not have the luxury of an excuse. He's been a president before, and during his time, Galamsey was there. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, sorry, His Excellency must be bold enough to come up with pragmatic solution for us to deal with the issue of Galamsey. Mr. Speaker, what even makes the whole thing laughable is what is happening now, where innocent Ghanaians are being trained as blue water guards. Mr. Speaker, when His Excellency Akufo-Addo decided to use the military to fight Galamsey, our brothers and sisters from the other side of the political aisle chastised him and bastardized the idea of using the military to fight Galamsey. What do we see today? Innocent young Ghanaians are being trained to form what we call blue water guards. Mr. Speaker, the question I ask, to what extent are these innocent Ghanaians going to be trained? Are they going to be armed? Are they going to be in a position to really deal with people or thugs who are armed? Mr. Speaker, the Blue Water Guard cannot be an avenue for providing employment for foot soldiers. No, we are putting the lives of these young ones at risk. They are Ghanaians. We cannot take delight in dressing them up in white t-shirt over Adidas slacks to go there, parade them as Blue Water Guard. Mr. Speaker, we use military. Yes, we did not get the results that we all wanted. Are we saying that these younger ones? Are we saying that these younger ones are the ones to give us the results we want? Mr. Speaker, the President, again, in page 42 of SONA, talked about the healthcare needs of the military. And here, Mr. Speaker, I come in with something so dear to my heart. Mr. Speaker, 10 minutes.
Your time is
10
up.
minutes.
Your time is up. I'll proceed to give the floor to Dr. Sebastian Sandari.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to join colleagues to make brief comments on the 2025 budget statement and economic policy. And Mr. Speaker, I also agree and say that the budget statement and economic policy 2025 inspires hope for all Ghanaians and indeed serves as the foundation for resetting the economy for the Ghana that we want. Mr. Speaker, this is my 9th year of being in this House, and I can say with all the confidence in me that this 2025 budget is the best among the 8 that I've seen since 2017. Mr. Speaker, the budget statement addresses the fundamental social, economic, and the health needs of Ghanaians. Mr. Speaker, there's enough evidence, and I'll go to show, that the disease burden of any country reflects the socio-economic status of the country. Mr. Speaker, I'll just use some data on the health sector to demonstrate why I say this budget statement is good and meets the needs of Ghanaians. Mr. Speaker, the World Health Organization has developed data since 2021 that shows the leading causes of death of Ghanaians. The top 10, Mr. Speaker, would show that stroke is number 1, followed by tuberculosis, lower respiratory infection, ischemic heart diseases, malaria, HIV, road injury, preterm birth complications, COVID-19, and kidney diseases. Just to stress the point that non-communicable diseases is among the leading cause of death for Ghanaians. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the broad causes, just about 4, you realize that non-communicable diseases represents more than 50% of the causes of death in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, this shows that when the economy was not performing Well, under the NPP administration, it shows that Ghanaians were dying from conditions that they should not be dying from. Mr. Speaker, not only that, it's surprising that the NPP administration did not only hand over a collapsed economy, but it surprises me and everybody that they also handed over cholera in dry season. I mean, it's shocking because we know that cholera is a disease that during the rainy season, we can say that, due to bad water, sanitation and things, you get cholera. In dry season, they handed over cholera. That tells you how they manage the economy. Mr. Speaker, just a few days ago from the Upper East region, they have reported that 143 pregnant women died within 4 years. Mr. Speaker, this is just one region. Within 4 years, meaning from 2020 to 2024, 143 pregnant women lost their lives. Mr. Speaker, I say this to demonstrate a point. Ghana Health Service data from the Upper East region. Mr. Speaker, this is to lay a foundation to demonstrate the kind of economy that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama inherited. And to tell you that His Excellency, the policies that he developed were evidence-based. He looked at the disease burden of this country based on the bad socio-economic status of this country, then informed the NDC manifesto and the policies that we find in the budget statement. Mr. Speaker, people are wondering why we have policies like the Big Push, 24-hour economy, Women's Development Bank, Agriculture for Jobs, the LEAP implementation improvement, quality education, rapid infrastructure, free sanitation paths. All these are policies that will help improve the socio-economic status of this country and thereby, by implication, improve the health status of the people of this country. Come to the health sector. You have His Excellency, and the budget statement is talking about uncapping the National Health Insurance Levy, the Ghana Medical Care Trust Fund, free public health care, Agenda 111. Why so, Mr. Speaker? If you go to paragraph 384 on page 72 of 2025 budget, you will see that boldly the minister is stating that NHIL will be uncapped, and that will release funding to the health sector, an amount of 9.93 billion Ghana cedis will be programmed for claim payment, vaccine payment, bridging the USAID funding gap, free primary health care, the Ghana Medical Trust Care, known as the Mahama Cares. Mr. Speaker, yesterday, the ranking member on health made a statement that the Ghana Medical Care Trust Fund, known as Mahama Cares, is to compete with other departments. Mr. Speaker, this demonstrates lack of understanding of what Mahama Care really is about. Mr. Speaker, the Medical Care Trust Fund, Mahama Cares, was launched on the 12th of this month. And there is a task force that is tasked to develop the legal and funding framework for Mahama case. Mr. Speaker, why the name Mahama case? That is of interest to all of you. It just demonstrates that Mahama has the heart that cares. Mahama has a heart that loves Ghanaians. That while Ghanaians are dying from non-communicable diseases, Mahama is saying that I will not fly in the air, take a shower in the air, while my people are dying of communicable diseases. So Mahama cares. Mahama will never do that. Mahama will never say, cease.
Honorable member, conclude.
Mr. Speaker, I'm concluding on Mahama case. And to say that not only Mahama case, but the fact that he's talking about primary health care is also to ensure that and to demonstrate that the foundation of every healthcare system is built on primary health care, which...
Honorable member, your time is up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mahama case, Mahama case.
It's now the time of Honorable Asafoji.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am grateful. I'm grateful.
Honorable Asafoji, are you a chairperson ranking or you are deputy ranking? Which committee?
Foreign Affairs, deputy ranking Foreign Affairs.
Very well. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am grateful and for giving me the opportunity to contribute to the budget that was presented for the president for the president. Mr. Speaker, I am hearing a lot of cliches, a lot of nomenclature or names being given to the budget. Some are saying it is a whole budget. Some are saying Ghanaians are happy. Some are even giving it an A+ budget. All on the basis and the grounds of some 6 taxes that have been taken off. Mr. Speaker, I hold in my hands the budget statement and economic policy 2027 financial year. Theme, sowing the seed for growth. Yes. 2017. The Speaker, the theme, sowing the seed for growth. Mr. Speaker, at page 136, tax incentives. With your leave, I want to read. Mr. Speaker, a number of tax measures has been introduced in recent years in an attempt to deal with revenue shortfall. Some have proven to be nuisance taxes. They have low revenue yielding potentials and at the same time impose significant burden on the private sector and average Ghanaians. The following specific measures shall be implemented in the short to medium term. Abolish 1% special import levy. Abolish 17.5% VAT on financial services. Abolish 17% VAT on selected imported medicines that are not produced locally. Initiate the steps to remove import duties on raw materials and machineries for the production of content of ECOWAS tariffs. Abolish 17% VAT on domestic airlines. Abolish 5% on real estates. Abolish excise duty on petroleum. Abolish special petroleum rates from 17.5% to 15%. Abolish the importation on spare parts. Abolish the Kayayo levy. Abolish the imposed levy on the religious institutions by local authorities. Mr. Speaker, abolish the public lighting levy from 5% to 2%. Abolish the tax rate, 17% tax rate for traders, and implement the tax credit and other incentives for businesses who hire young graduates. Mr. Speaker, 17 taxes.
17 taxes.
These taxes, Mr. Speaker, these taxes affect the core heart of the average Ghanaian. Mr. Speaker, what did we see in this budget? Mr. Speaker, this budget goes ahead to abolish 6 taxes, which in normal sense do not affect the ordinary Ghanaian. Mr. Speaker, number 1, emission tax. I dare ask this House, who ever paid the emission tax? No one. I dare ask the House, tax on motor insurance. Mr. Speaker, who paid a tax on motor insurance? Mr. Speaker, this government told Ghanaians that he is coming for them. Yet, even the taxes incentive that he has given do not affect every Ghanaian. No. Mr. Speaker, I watched a TV program where the Makola women were being asked, and also the betting tax on one bet, and the betting tax no and cano. Mr. Speaker, we don't. So, Mr. Speaker, this is to tell them that when you are describing a budget as a budget of hope, as a budget that is making every Ghanaian happy, you must be measured. Mr. Speaker, again, this government told us that he is going to form a lean government. Yes, indeed. President John Mahama has formed a lean government. Mr. Speaker, but per the budget, the allocation in this budget, in fact, it is a lean government, but with a Koscioko stomach. Mr. Speaker, in 2014, the total budget for government machinery was 326.9 million. It's got now the total budget for government machinery, the Speaker, is 3.8 billion. The Speaker, in 2014, we had only 8 agencies. We had 8 agencies under the office of the government machinery. Now, Mr. Speaker, we have only 4 agencies under the office of the government machinery. Yet they are spending 3.8 billion. Mr. Speaker, I turn my attention to the youth programs. When you go to the NDC manifesto, they have listed some few youth programs they want to do, and programs that they seek to do to change and help the youth of this country. One of them, Mr. Speaker, is the 24-hour economy. Mr. Speaker, the President of the Republic had the opportunity to speak at his own inauguration. He had the opportunity to speak in Parliament, State of the Nation address. He had the opportunity to speak at the Independence Day celebration. All these 3 opportunities, he never gave any significant roadmap for the 24 hours economy. Mr. Speaker, the finance minister came to this House and told members of this House that the policy on 24 hours and the budget on 24 hours will come to this House later. Mr. Speaker, the Agri Minister was heard on radio saying that the legislation for the 24 hours economy is not even ready. Yes. Mr. Speaker, at the post-budget workshop, saw Guzitano, who is the special advisor to the president, come to this House and claim or tried to even explain the 24 hours. That was a confused policy position. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, this was the basis and the grounds for the creation of Ghanaians to vote for the NDC. Yet they are in power and they cannot even explain, they cannot even find a significant roadmap for the 24 hours economy. Mr. Speaker, they said they want to do the codes, 1 million codes. Mr. Speaker, paragraph 603 and 604.
Tell them.
Mr. Speaker, paragraph 617 and 618 speaks about the codes. Mr. Speaker, they promised Ghanaians they are going to do 1 million codes. Now listen to them. Mr. Speaker, to commence the 1 million coding employment program, we would train 100,000. Mr. Speaker, the 1 million has now moved to 100,000. 1 million coders has now reduced to 100,000. Mr. Speaker, they will claim that the 1 million is for commencement. Mr. Speaker, if you have 4 years to rule and your first year you have 1 million to train and you are training 100,000, Mr. Speaker, if you should do 100,000 every year, you end up training only 400,000. You cannot train the 100,000. Mr. Speaker, but what is interesting is that the training of this 100,000 is going to begin or is going to start at the Youth Digital Village, which is 70% completed by the NPP government, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo government. And the government, 70% completed. And the government is earmarking 300 million for the 70% project that is almost completed. As we can, what is scary is that the 1 million coders program is not even under the youth ministry that they claim to create with the CI1 2025. Mr. Speaker, it is under the communication ministry. You know what is scary? It is scary because we have seen John Mahama before using the same JIDA model to hoodwink Ghanaians. We've seen them before, and that is important. Mr. Speaker, I move.
Honourable member, conclude.
Mr. Speaker, I move to talk about the net freeze on employment. Mr. Speaker, if yes, it is in the budget, page 478, it is clear the net freeze on employment. The government that is promising to create jobs is now freezing employment on the public sector. Mr. Speaker, it is important that we note that the women's
member, your time is up. I proceed to give the floor to Honorable Titus Bayo. Honorable Professor Titus Bayo, you have the floor.
Thank you.
Sit down and listen to him.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to make a statement in support of the budget. Mr. Speaker, the budget presented to us under the theme resetting the economy for the Ghana we want. Yes. Mr. Speaker, in my opinion, as has been alluded to, is a budget of hope. Not only that, I also see it as a budget of revelation. This budget has revealed to us the true state of our country, the sorry state of our country. Mr. Speaker, when you hand over a country that is lamentable and you come to repeat and reveal that truth and you call that lamentation, it's unfortunate. So I see it as a budget of revelation and that of hope. Mr. Speaker, the content of this budget has made us recognize at least two things. One is that one of the cardinal sins committed by the previous administration to this country is the capping of the NHIF. Yes. Mr. Speaker, that for us to contribute money in forms of levies for our health care and someone to place a cap on it, I consider that as a very grave offense to the people of Ghana. In fact, it is wickedness to the sick, to the poor and the dying, the money they have contributed, you will decide to cap it. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Speaker, the second serious thing I see is the domestic debt exchange program. Mr. Speaker, as far as I'm concerned, that singular act has left a huge scar on the conscience of the nation, where pensioners had their hard-earned money being taken, being given haircuts, that you cannot access even your own money to buy medications. Thankfully, the savior of the nation has arrived. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the man who promises and delivers, the honest and sincere leader, the empathetic leader, the one who is in sync with the times, the one who lives with the people and feels our pain, has come to undo the sins that these people have committed to this nation. For the first time, we see in this country a budget that is making a significant stride towards the attainment of the Abuja Declaration. Our total health budget for expenditure projected for health is around 9.3%, much higher than what was in the previous budget. Mr. Speaker, we also realized that they had promised us Agenda 111, and it has become like an albatross around the neck of the next government. In this project, per their own estimation, as of 2027, if they had won power, 30% of Agenda 111 project cannot even be completed. Yet they are on the streets shouting that the next administration should complete all Agenda 111 projects. That is a deception that this budget has revealed. But the good news is that this budget of hope is uncapping the NHIF and is making available 9.9 billion Ghana cedis to finance our health sector. This will close the funding gap from the USAID. It will help support the free primary health care and the famous Mahama Care program, which they do not want to hear, but it's going to take care of our chronic conditions that we are worried about. This budget is a budget of hope, Mr. Speaker, because it offers no academic fee, and 499.8 million cedis has been budgeted for that. Mr. Speaker, from today, the young girl in Kocha Primary, the young girl in Sentu Primary, or in Bilo JSS is giving hope that she will no longer miss lessons because she's expecting her menses and cannot get sanitary pad. She is going to get free sanitary pad. The students in our senior high school who otherwise during their menses are worried are going to get free distribution of sanitary pad properly budgeted for, and that is why it's a budget of hope. They were telling us that we will cancel nursing training allowance, and we have budgeted for it, and they are worried. 480 million. So nursing training students are assured that when they go to school, they will get support. So, Mr. Speaker, LEAP, the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty, is one significant intervention. This is the group that always asks that what are the social interventions of the NDC. Yet, we have increased LEAP by 30.8%. In real terms, 50,000 more Ghanaian households are going to benefit from LEAP. And I can go back to my constituency and tell those who are suffering in villages in Suke, in Bangon, in Hapa, that 50,000 more, of which some of them were beneficiaries, are going to get benefit from LEAP. Including their constituents. Including their very constituents. Mr. Speaker, the amount has been enhanced, and people will go home with something that can sustain their household. If you don't want this, what else do you want? Is it a haircut? Certainly not. We want this. Mr. Speaker, the assemblymen, in fact, that is my favorite part, and I'll be concluding on that. My 27 assemblymen in Lambuse today are smiling that their sacrifices has been recognized by a leader who cares, and that he has budgeted 100 million Ghana cedis to take care of the allowances of assemblymen. So when someone knocks on your door at dawn as an assemblyman, that their child has a fever, that somebody is convulsing, and you need to get fuel on your own to take them to the next clinic, these assemblymen are being compensated. If this is not a leader who cares, who else is a leader who cares? Is it the one who flies and bathes in the air when we are suffering? Certainly not. So I am very confident that this House is going to support His Excellency to pass this budget. Mr. Speaker, before I will say it, I just want to make reference to the last speaker before me, the Honorable Asafo-Eje, who, following after his earlier speakers and just like them, decided to be disingenuous by reading portions of our budget and leaving out the rest. Mr. Speaker, with your leave, I will just read it full. On page 103, paragraph 618, it reads, commence the coding for employment program to train 100,000 of the targeted 1 million. Mr. Speaker, he left this 1 million out. When we say we are doing it in phases, and that by the end of this year we would have trained about 300,000, he has decided to present it that we have changed our stance and we are only training 100,000 this year. They will all be exposed in due time. And we are grateful for the opportunity, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much. And I urge all Ghanaians to support the budget of hope. Thank you.
Honorable Deputy Whip, any indication?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have the last person from our side to speak. So I've discussed the issue with the front bench of the minority. They've agreed that we can allow the one person to speak so that we'll adjourn the House to tomorrow.
Honorable Deputy Minority Leader, is that the agreement?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, 5 minutes will be okay.
Very well. I then give the floor to Honorable Bachman. Honorable Bachman, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, may I make this statement in support of the budget of hope. Respectfully, it is said that every good policy is that which all component units contribute to it. And that is what makes this budget a unique one, because to precede the coming out of the budget was the economic dialogue, where all component units were made to contribute to it. And it is that reason why everybody, the trotro drivers, the market women, everybody, lawyers, doctors, are all saying that this budget is a budget of hope. Mr. Speaker, to ensure good governance, 3 things stand out: pragmatism, honesty, and meritocracy. Looking at the budget as was presented, you could see that it is out of honesty. This is what we have as a nation, and this is what we present. This is what we can have as ministries and as agencies. It is not shrouded in flamboyant speeches. The Minister for Finance came and said that we have this money and we have allocated them, same, to the various ministries and departments. Mr. Speaker, this budget is in consonance with the manifesto of the NDC and also the State of the Nation's address as brought before this honorable House by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Why do I say so? Because, Mr. Speaker, women empowerment is something that is on the heart of the NDC and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. First, with the appointment of the first ever female vice president for the Republic of Ghana. Aside that, going into the budget, respectfully, you will see that allocations were made for the Women's Development Bank. Allocations were made for our schoolgirls, our ladies, who some of them are lured because they do not even have these sanitary pads. But We have made allocations for them. The apprenticeship that is introduced, the ladies are all the facets of the budget as was presented before this honorable house. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama thinks about women. And respectfully, going by that, looking at the law, the affirmative action, I want to quote it very well. Don't worry. The Affirmative Action Gender Equality Act of 2024. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has complied with the provisions in that act. Going to the schedule, the first schedule of the act. So sometimes when I am in this house and I hear complaints that His Excellency has not appointed 30%, etc., looking at the schedule, the first schedule of the act, it is progressive.
Honorable Bachman, I recognize Honorable Patricia Fiaji.
Honorable Speaker, I don't want our colleague to mislead us. If he wants to quote the law, the affirmative action law, he must quote it rightly. There's nothing about equality in that law. The word is equity. So equity is what the word. So I would like to say I rose on the point of correction. Thank you.
Speaker, thank you very much.
Honorable member, take note. The bill came to this house with equality, but this house, after deliberation, changed the equality to equity.
I'm very grateful, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, Mama Pat, for the attention. So I'm guided, Mr. Speaker. I would want to say that looking at the generality of the law, of the budget as was presented, from cover to cover, you have nothing to say than to say that this is a budget of hope. This is a budget where the good people of Kwesimintim constituency buy into rates and are praising His Excellency John Dramani Mahama that they did not make a mistake for voting for NDC for the past 28 years. We appreciate His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and we believe that this is a budget that can be actuated. It is practicable. It is something that can be implemented. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Yeah.
Honorable members, after 5 hours of sitting, I stand on Order 56-2 to adjourn the House without a motion. The House is accordingly adjourned till Friday, the 21st day of March 2025 at 10 o'clock in the forenoon.
Hello, you are watching Channel 1 TV and I am Charles Osukumi. Just gone by was a live broadcast of parliamentary proceedings where the House has been debating the 2025 budget statement that was presented to Parliament by Finance Minister Dr. Kasil Atuforsin last week. Now, the House has now been adjourned to tomorrow where the debate will continue. We're also told that the LI, which seeks to revoke the LI 2462, which permits mining in forest reserves, was also laid in the House today. I'm Charles Osukumi. Many thanks for watching. Keep staying with us.
Paying for your Showmax is easy. Just choose your preferred payment